Could an animal be made of metal? It sounds like science fiction, a living creature, not mechanical, not synthetic, but made from metal. Bones, muscles, blood, nerves, all metallic. Metal seems like the worst possible material for life. It's heavy and rigid, it cracks under pressure and corrodes in air. Life, by contrast, is soft, fluid, dynamic, built to bend, break, and heal. But biology already uses metal, quietly but widespread. Iron transports oxygen in your blood. Copper shuttles electrons in enzymes. Zinc stabilizes the folds of countless proteins. And in the energy systems of your cells, iron and sulfur form tiny clusters that help drive metabolism itself. So the leap isn't whether metal can be used within life, it's whether metal could be the body. Let's start with structure. A skeleton made of pure metal would snap under its own weight. A rigid beam can support a lot until it suddenly can't. Flexibility is key, but strength doesn't always mean solidity. Bone is porous, antlers are tougher than steel by weight, and seashells made from brittle calcium crystals survive crushing force thanks to a layered microstructure that distributes impact. Nature already solves strength through design, not just material. A living metal skeleton might follow the same principle. Latticed alloys, woven microstrands, or stacked crystals, not bars of iron, something closer to a nacre or rebar. Still metal, but restructured for movement. But we still have a bigger problem: motion. Muscles work through sliding proteins that contract and release, not something metal can easily imitate. But certain metal alloys change shape with heat. Nitinol, for instance, flexes when warmed and returns to its original form. That's not speculative, it's used in implants and devices already. Slow, yes, but motion doesn't have to be rapid to be real. Some living things move with hydraulic pressure or stored mechanical energy. Ants that strike with their jaws, or shrimp that snap with spring-loaded arms, don't rely on raw muscle speed. They rely on tension and release. If thermal pulses or chemical reactions could trigger shape change in metallic fibers, movement becomes plausible. Not graceful, but at least functional. But another problem we have is circulation. Blood is usually water-based, carrying nutrients, oxygen, and waste. But it also cools the body. It's a thermal regulator. On Earth, blood is red from iron, but some creatures use copper instead. Others survive in near-freezing temperatures with radically different circulatory systems. Liquid metals like gallium or low-melting alloys could fill that role. Unlike water, they conduct both heat and electricity, potentially improving signal transmission and thermal control. Contained within special vessels, buffered by surrounding chemistry, they wouldn't need to be toxic. Such a system wouldn't be able to sweat. It would vent through crystalline plates or radiating fins. Nerves pose another challenge. Biological nerves are slow, electrical impulses crawling through ion gradients, but conductivity in metals is nearly instantaneous. The nervous system of a metallic creature might function more like circuitry: fast, precise, sensitive to temperature, voltage, and magnetic fields. This wouldn't be a traditional brain, more likely a distributed network of conductive fibers, a mesh of logic and feedback loops, storing and processing information in parallel, not sequentially. Different from our intelligence, but not necessarily worse. But I've been ignoring a key issue. Metal corrodes. It pits, rusts, and flakes apart. But so does skin, drying, cracking, slowing off. Organisms manage that with regeneration. A living metal creature could kind of do the same. Its surface wouldn't be polished or smooth, more likely modular, layered segments. Oxidized surfaces are constantly shed and replaced, armor that grows with the body. And finally, the most difficult piece: reproduction. DNA works because it's compact, mutable, and easy to copy. But it's not the only way to store instructions. Crystals can encode information in their structure. Magnetic states can persist through time. Some viruses already rely on metal ions to stabilize their genetic cores. A self-replicating metal lifeform might pass on its blueprint through templated crystal growth, or magnetic imprinting, or electrical charge states. It might release seeds, small metal structures that grow by accumulating minerals from the environment. The process would be slow, but evolution doesn't care about speed, only stability. All of this sounds improbable, and it is, but none of it breaks the laws of biology. Every major barrier, weight, motion, corrosion, metabolism, reproduction, has at least one solution grounded in chemistry, physics, or biology. The pieces already exist, not all in one place and not yet connected. But if evolution had time and the materials, it's not absurd to think it could assemble them. A living creature made of metal wouldn't be fast, or warm, or soft. It might not even look like something alive at first glance. But it would move, it would grow, it would adapt, and it would reproduce. And that's all that evolution needs. So, yes, an animal could be made of metal.